Hello, YouTubers and all those happen to watch. Hope you're all doing quite well. So, I'm not sure if I showed the following thing, but I ended up getting myself a Deadpool bobblehead. Oh, yes, I did. Never mind. I thought I did not, so therefore I showed it again. And I knocked everything over on my desk. Hooray! But no, basically, what is it? I got three things that I've gotten in the mail, and I decided finally to show them. So the first thing I got here is a mouse pad. Now it's actually a bootleg of sorts. I just needed a new mouse pad, but gaming related, I said, figured why not? If someone actually needs a mouse pad, you can get them off eBay like this for like $1.80 and free shipping and all that. It takes a little time to get in the mail, but it looks almost identical to an actual Razer product, but it's in a bootleg case, and it looks as such. And it's actually some decent quality to it. It's actually so far a pretty nice mouse pad, better than what I have, which is a old Split Fish. I think this brand is called. Yep, Split Fish. It was from my old PS3 controller thing I did a long time ago. So I decided to use that as a mouse pad, and there you have it. Next, I ended up picking up this, and I decided I want to go into a rant because it's probably going to take the longest for this. So I figured I'd do this last. And that, of course, is almost said Battle Wars, but Star Wars Battlefront. There we go. Now, I ended up picking this up, and it wasn't expensive, so it wasn't like I paid like top dollar for it. But it's something I'll go into in a minute, and it's folks are probably gonna be all like, "You just suck at the game." That typical response, but I mean, if the truth of what I think of the game hurts you, then I guess you can't handle criticism very well in real life too. So, also ended up picking up this right here for the Wii U / GameCube, and that of course was the Legend of Zelda or / Link controller, which is a official, unofficial PDP. I have to make sure I looked at the name again real quick so to make sure I didn't screw it up. Controller. Now, it looks like a GameCube controller because it was obviously designed as such, but it's actually far from one. But it has a nice glossy finish to it. A good feeling D-pad. The analog stick is replaced instead of the circle pad, which that is just like heaven right there. 10 out of 10 instantly. The only downside to this controller is so far I don't think you can actually use it for GameCube games. I mean, obviously you can't use it on an actual GameCube because of this dongle. But basically, it's for Smash Brothers primarily, but I decided I wanted to get myself a controller or a new controller that, I could use. It actually feels quite nice in the hand. It's very comfortable. It's a little bulky. I don't have a controller. Yes, I do. I was going to say I didn't have one in my hand, but it's about the same heft as a regular GameCube, but the handle's a little bit, it's marginally bigger than the, try and get a good angle. There, I can actually see on my screen over here. It's marginally bigger. Try and get a good angle. Yep, about, you can see the end, like, not too much, but I can kind of feel it when I'm using it. And quite frankly, it was cheap. It was on sale. I was like, why not? It's Legend of Zelda / Link. Awesome. So it fits the colors of Link quite extensively well. Has the Hyrule symbol on the crest here, or the crest on the case. Nice gold plate to that, even though it's not really gold. It's obviously, you know what I mean. Again, feels quite nice. Very comfy. Buttons feel like they're micro switched, so that's obviously I forgot the exact name for that one, but that feels micro switched, which is very important. It has left and right on the sides here, so you get that whole classic Pro controller. But basically, I got this controller because, again, I loved how the GameCube controller felt. I have a couple games sitting over there that they don't necessarily use the said. I mean, I have the Circle Pad Pro Plus. Don't get me wrong, I have that one. But the GameCube one just feels so much nicer too. I like how this one feels. It's and this one's a little bit bulkier. So I ended up grabbing this one. It feels nice in the hand. I can't say that enough. I'm saying repeating myself, but you get the point. And I pretty much got it for games such as Muramasha and all that. And for streaming, this is mostly what I bought it for. So in the future, when I'm actually sitting down and I'm playing like something off my Wii here, I can have a nice controller to use. And just for general use. Put it in the box for now because I don't have no general use for it right now, and I like to keep it nice. Plus, this thing right here keeps it in nice shape. Hey, so last but not least, this is probably the one that's going to give you the most heat, I think, because of my opinion. But again, I don't quite frankly care because it's sort of like if something does you wrong, you just kind of gotta talk about it. It just makes sense to do so. And that, of course, is Star Wars Battlefront. Now, Star Wars Battlefront, I knew what I was sort of getting into with it when I bought it. So this is not me blaming the game because it deceived me. This is not that at all. This is sort of like my expectations were set to default, and I went into it again and says, okay, let me play this game and see what I think of it. So I ended up picking it up. It was again through GameFly. And as soon as I bring up this game, someone's going to buy it anyway, regardless of what I say, because it's just because they want to play it for some strange reason. But the game itself, by core, is not horrible. I don't blame a game usually because of its core gameplay. A lot of people do. They blame the game rather than blame the reason why they're really angry in the first place. Most people blame these type of games because they have a bad time playing it. They just suck at it or something else. Now again, I'm not saying because people suck at a game they're going to hate a game. No, just plain people play many games which they suck horrid dick at. And I'm using horrid dick as an underlined statement. And they still play it and have fun, which is the whole point of a video game. I play Pac-Man, I play many other arcade games, and some of them I'm not very good at. I still enjoy playing them. Like Frogger, after a while I choke like a ball gag here. I'm like, oh, I'm just choking as much as I can with that game. There's certain points in that game I just choke. It's not an easy game anyway. Donkey Kong, after a while, I choke. That's just how it is. With online games nowadays, it's just how it is. Someone's going to be remarkably better than you, and so therefore they're going to kick your ass. So that is not my complaint with this game. My complaint with this game is some of the balance issues. Now, some of the levels, obviously, it's an uphill or downhill battle. You just got to tough it out and have a good team. So, again, I'm not blaming the core mechanics of the game per se, only a certain few things added to the game. Now, this is DICE we're talking about, and, some people just don't have the time, so they just said, fuck it, I'm going to use the paid Game Genie code and not unlock this bundle, or unlock that bundle, or this bundle. Now, certain guns in this game are obviously very good, like Boba Fett's BB gun there. No, it's not BB, it's EE gun, EE3, or EE-3. That's what it was. It was like a blast gun. You could buy the kit basically for $5. You get all these nice little bundle, and you can equip it to your character and be God, basically. So you just buy this pack for $5, and you can pretty much be God. It's sort of like a buy two win, even though it's optional, and you can still unlock it through experience and just skill. Which again, I don't mind a game when it does that, but at the same time, when it has stuff like that, and some people just are really good at the game, and they just say fuck it and buy this shit early, you ain't gonna beat them. You're just not going to beat them with your uphill battle. So as soon as their skill goes up and they try to match you with the best possible match, and you see everyone else using that same gun, you're not going to win the gun battle. Hell, there's even with the Imperials, for example, they don't have very good guns to begin with. I mean, there's this light machine gun I unlocked. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it has like two drums on the side. Some people might know what I'm talking about. It has like a scope. You played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, you don't know. I don't know personally because I can't name the fucking gun correctly. But that gun runs okay. But at the same time, if you're going against the starter gun for the rebels, you're in trouble as well because that gun is balanced as hell. It is super balanced, so balanced that you can practically lose a gunfight 9 times out of 10. Now, not to discredit the Imperial starter rifle, but the Imperial starter rifle hits like shit like a typical stormtrooper would. Unless you're up close and personal with somebody, if someone's fighting you out, picking you off from afar with that starter rebel gun, you can see what I'm talking about. Now there's that balance issue where if you just hope you're sitting there with 2 knees firmly placed on your carpet or on your pavement or whatever else, and you're praying to the RNG gods that they roll you onto the rebel team until at least you can unlock that said gun, whatever. But then it became too frustrating to me that I had to go through all this bullshit just to get one gun and feel impaired versus the other people who had these guns. Easily, I can go and buy this said DLC and have access to this shit, but why should I, right? I mean, I'm not gonna cheat. It's not necessarily cheating per se, it's just sort of like getting ahead of somebody else. So, I think that the cash up thing is a bane to the game. Because there's someone who's like level 1, basically, next to me, and they had the fucking EE3, and I was like, looking over, and this guy's like the exact same level as me, basically, starting off, and he had the EE3. There's no, like, pick it off somebody's corpse. No, you don't even get it starting out. You just have to unlock it over time. And I think it was 12 or something you have to unlock it, which is, through gameplay, it isn't hard to unlock it. It doesn't take forever. Like, some people might think I'm trying to say it's like, oh, it's going to take forever. I'm not doing that crap. I'm just saying that it takes a little bit longer to unlock that gun, but by then you're kind of frustrated. And it's like, you play a game to have fun. If you're not having fun, why are you playing it? Well, on the other foot, I do like the co-ops in the game. So people go, oh, you're one of those kind of people who don't like PvP. No. I'm the type of guys that play games such as Call of Duty and Unreal Tournament 2004 and all that. And I enjoy playing the competitive side of the game. I enjoy that. But if a game has a competitive side of their game, then what the fuck's the point of playing it? For example, I'm not saying that this game right here is completely horrid competitive gameplay. I'm saying it doesn't have very solid or structured PvP. Something I just don't give a shit about. It's a game mostly based off of PvE anyhow. At least they're trying to become like that, or through smoke and mirrors. But again, it just sort of fell short for me in being lackluster towards that. I don't know what the hell Bungie was thinking, but anyway, back onto this game. DICE is usually known for pretty balanced games. Hell, BC2 for a while had a pretty cool multiplayer experience. It was great. Sure had some issues here and there, some cheap things, but they were far and in between. Some stability issues, and wasn't so bad on the console when I played it at the time. So that was that. Battlefield 3, similar issues. Obviously, it goes with the territory. They're going to be bugs. The multiplayer game, it's going to become much more noticeable than a single player game. So you play it and you felt like you still accomplished something. Battlefield 4 wasn't so amazing, wasn't as good as BC2 or Battlefield 3. And then there's this, the skin coat of Warfighter, as I nicknamed it, in a sick, weird kind of joke. Now, the gameplay itself, at least the combat, feels just like Warfighter. Warfighter's that PS3, PC, Xbox 360, whatever other console it came out on, shovelware of Medal of Honor. And it wasn't very good. Like, it was definitely not very good. Like, it was just sort of like an uphill battle, and it just felt kind of clunky, and it just didn't feel fun. The combat in this game, it's not flawed like Warfighter, but it feels similar to it. It just didn't feel very good. Now, again, this is not me shitting on everybody who plays the game and enjoys it. No, I'm saying, by all means, enjoy the fucking game. For me, I just simply uninstalled the game, and it's been sitting in this case ever since I installed it. After I completed the match, I just put my hands behind my head and went, okay, I'm done. You know, just simply turned off this. I didn't turn off the system. Obviously, you couldn't take out the disc. Turned off the game, took it out of the tray, put it back in the case, and put it aside and played some more Dark Souls. Now, some people are going to be like, okay, jump to Dark Souls. That's a pretty fucking hard game. He has my condolences. So, yeah, you can see what I mean. It's like I jumped from, Destinies or the Black Ops 3s, and I play this. Obviously, I'm not expecting a Twitch shooter. I mean, I understand what kind of game it is, too. I like competitive slash objective based games. Obviously, why I enjoy games like freaking Battlefield 1942 and all that. So this is not me shitting on the style of gameplay, just saying, oh, maybe it isn't for you. No, I like these type of games per se. Just unfortunately, this game has some checks and balance issues that sort of do not execute well. Many people who played this game have said the similar thing as myself, so I'm not the only asshole here saying this in the room. It's the fact that the game just is not very good. Is it just shit? No, it's not shit. It's enjoyable for some doses, but then it sort of seeps through the cracks and doesn't feel very good at the end of the day. The co-op part of it was alright. I thought it was kind of fun, but then it kind of played its course. Went to the competitive side. It was alright. Gun issues were, as I was saying before, the mechanics of the vehicles were kind of fun. I liked doing the A wings, the X wings, and all that. That was all right when you get those little power ups in the world somewhere. You go and use it and fly around like an idiot. And, I crashed a couple times and then I got better at it. Same thing with the AT-ATs. That's kind of fun to use. So again, it's some parts of the game have deeming qualities. Some of it's fun. There's just other parts of it just seep out more than the positives with this one. So it's like I would say 30% of it's good. I'm missing 60. My math was horrible. 70% of it though doesn't feel up to snuff. It doesn't feel as good. I can understand that they were trying to make this beautiful looking Star Wars game, which they accomplished the beautiful part. It looks, sounds great. And this is the problem too, is people see, this is the thing that bugs me. It's that people always say that game looks like shit. They say that until the developers hear that, and they go and make this beautiful, gorgeous looking game that plays like molasses. It doesn't play very good. It plays alright, but it not enough. Maybe people are blindsided by, oh, look at all the beautiful landscapes around me. And that's all they do. They pay attention to the landscapes and don't focus on the game, maybe. I don't know. I know I've dealt with many Bambis sometimes when I was playing some of the matches, but other than that. But anywho, would I recommend this game? Probably not. Even if you are a Star Wars fan, it really is not that great. I mean, I like Star Wars. I know friends who like Star Wars, and even they said the same thing. It just is not a great Star Wars game. It's okay in small doses, but it's something I'm not going to install on my hard drive anytime soon again. So I feel like I've got buyer's remorse with it, even though I was quite aware what I was getting into it with, but I tried to give it a fair shake or a fair chance. After several months of it being out, I want to see, okay, it's been out for a while, let's see what they did with this game, see if they enhanced anything, fixed anything, tweaked anything. It felt like the beta. It didn't feel like anything I really gave a shit about after a while, like I was over it. My eyes glazed over, I took it out of the tray, uninstalled, boom, 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 done. But anyway, that's my impressions of Battlefront. Now, I understand some people are probably going to have conflicting arguments with me about the games, and oh, well, no, you're probably just bad. The one thing you said you were not. Well, I'm not saying I'm perfect at games, or nor am I saying I'm the greatest player of all time, but at the same time, I know how to play the game, I understand the objectives, I know how to play the video game itself. So again, it's not that issue, it's sort of my gripes with the style of balance. Balance plays a crucial part with any game. If you feel like the odds are completely stacked against you and it's nothing to do with your skill, it's just simply unskilled players can use a really good gun and kill your ass really easily versus a really skilled player with a good gun can annihilate you. And again, I can accept the annihilate me part when they fight me one-on-one, but if I don't have something that's somewhat up to that gun's snuff, at least in a gun battle, there's no point to fucking fight them, or at least try to avoid them. You know, they have grenades and everything, which are rechargeable. The guns are rechargeable, so that, again, I think that's kind of neat. It's nifty. It adds to the theme of the movie/game tie-in kind of stuff. You just keep on firing. Has a Gears of War, you know, you can just reload it, but I don't personally like the reload mechanism. It's sort of like, you know, just have a cooldown with the fucking gun already. Jesus. Or simply go and just say reload, and then I reload. You know, something like that too. But anyway, that's my pickups for now. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Take care, touch your nipples, and see you later.